Hey guys, I'm back with another one. Hope you guys are signed up for my Discord. I try to put that in all of the lives. The link is right here. So that at any time we are at the spirit of the moment trying to put something in the Discord that I want to show you that I can't put on YouTube, I'm able to just tell you guys to head over to the Discord link. Hey, fried chicken and French fries. Hey, 𝗡𝗘𝗫𝗧, how you doing, sweetie? Come on into the live. I actually was late setting it up. I usually set it up a couple of hours before I go live, but that's okay. You guys expect me to go live around this time anyways. At this point, 11 o'clock, between 11 and 1. Hey, Nicole, how are you? And I also want to say at the beginning of this live to my moderators and my supporters, hey, Toby, happy Tuesday. Thank you for being supportive to my live that I do at night. I was supposed to stay on it for 3 hours, but I didn't. Actually, I'm going to have to hold myself accountable for doing that starting tonight. And for the next 30 days, I'm not gonna really need my mods. If you guys can't make it to my writing down new subscribers, that is okay. But when it picks up, and that's only going to happen when the consistency comes into play. You know, I'm on there for 3 hours from 7 to 10 every night for 30 days. Then the traffic will definitely pick up, and I will definitely need you guys for sure to come through and help me manage the chat. Right now, it's kind of dead, but I'm going to have to give it at least consecutive 7, 8, 9, 10 days of getting up on live, doing my 3 hours and getting the people on to the chat. You know what I'm saying? And also the algorithm as well. So, you know, it's new content, even though it's not what you call, you know, drama filled or anything over the top. We all listening to we're listening to music in the background, you know what I'm saying? Like calm, soothing, drama-free stuff. But like I said, it's nice to just pop in, say holla, and if you can't stay, it's to be respected. Queen Beauty, hello, sweetie. So anyways, there's a lot going on. People are calling the police to Shamar's house. Shamar still wanting to fight 𝗪𝗪𝗧𝗖𝗛 because he felt like Tommy got one up on him the day that they were at SUKIHANA's event. Hey, Queen Grandma. And LaShawn putting Shamar in the title, talking about 𝗪𝗪𝗧𝗖𝗛 is bullying Shamar, but he really ain't got no conversation. He's just trying to get his channel up and running. He was on there yesterday with Messy Doll. That video will go out today. Messy Doll has allegations, and he's saying he has video of him being intimate with 𝗪𝗪𝗧𝗖𝗛's baby's mother. Now, we all know that they make up storylines and they don't apologize for it. They're known to lie, make up stuff that doesn't exist. So we don't really know what to believe and what not to. Hey, player, how you doing? It says R. Thomas, high roll tide. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on. Like I said, even when you think that it's quiet, it really isn't. It's just that it hasn't been put on social media quite yet, or it's calculated. There's a reason why they might not be putting it on there quite yet, but definitely it's going to get out there eventually. So yeah, Shamar's been quiet because he's been, on the road with Fenty and doing this content with her. You know what I'm saying? And we also know, because a lot of us had agreed to this, that LaShawn was quiet or went quiet when he tried to plant them seeds that SUKIHANA was trying to set him up with 𝗪𝗪𝗧𝗖𝗛. He got missing. And I will admit that it did seem like he did get missing when he stirred up all that mess. But as we all know, you know, that was, squashed between SUKIHANA and Shamar, and then they ended up moving forward and they're cool now, which I think that's, Shamar's best bet, because Shamar has, I will admit, he has been in rooms that some of us will never be able to say that we have been in. And that's a good thing, on Shamar's part, that he, is making money moves. He just got to stay away from people, places, and things, because it seems like when people start to see the kind of money he's getting, they don't think he's deserving of it. They think he's slow and everything. Oh, why is he making $4,000, $5,000, $6,000? You know what I'm saying, on stuff. And here I am. I look normal. I act normal. I'm in the same situation, the same boat as Shamar, and nobody's, you know what I'm saying, coming wanting to give me the time of the day or pay me that kind of money. Hey, Toy, it said that guy Messy needs to stop it. And if he does have videos, what will it do to Tommy? He wants money and attention. Right. Not only that, people got to stop with that. They got videos nowadays because that is considered like revenge, PORN. And you can go to jail for that. And I always talk about that with the Nature Boy situation. That was one of his charges. And he definitely, he didn't take that plea that Georgia court was giving him. And now he's doing a life sentence. And one of the charges, he's not doing a life sentence because of the revenge PORN, but he was charged with, that was one of his charges. And it all added up to what his sentence is that he's doing in Georgia. He's supposed to be overturning all that, but that is a crime. People don't get that. Like doxing, like giving out people's address. And, so that, like in this case, Shamar saying that people are calling the police to his spot. We would have never knew this, but he updated everybody because, he's been with Fenty. But soon as he gets a chance to say what's going on with him, he gonna speak on everything. Don't think just because you don't hear about Shamar, it still ain't no drama going on. Sometimes people occupy Shamar's time in a good way. You know what I'm saying? And that's why we don't hear all the stuff that's going on behind closed doors with Shamar until Shamar's ready. You know what I'm saying? But it's crazy. Messy Dog is a plague. Good morning, Ivan. A life sentence. Yeah, he's got a life sentence, player. Nature Boy does. Yeah. Yep. He got 30 years plus no possibility of parole. So that means after 15 years, I think, in the state of Georgia, if you had the possibility of parole, if it was granted to you after doing at least 15 years of a life sentence, you can go up for parole, but he doesn't have the possibility of parole. That's been denied. So he has to do 30 years, and then after the 30 years, they gave him an extra 10 years. And he's already in his 40s. So he won't be getting out until he's about 80 something years old. Says Messy Doll will want people to pay to see whatever it is. I don't believe it. He needs to be banned. It's character assassination at the highest captivity. And people don't be realizing that it can get you in a lot of trouble. And that's why I keep bringing up Nature Boy, because Nature Boy thought that he was going to get away with a lot of stuff he was doing. He thought he was bigger than the program, and he wasn't. And he got jammed up, not listening. People were trying to tell even Nature Boy to fall back on what he was doing. And, he didn't listen. He, got up on this social media and he thought he was larger than life. People were gassing his head up. You know what I'm saying? And jammed him up. And that's just what's going to end up happening to these impersonators, and then LaShawn and Messy Doll back on the health reads, talking about Tommy the gossip, with the House of Virginia. I actually like that word House of Virginia because you got to really tread lightly when even though you're just repeating what's being said, you're not saying it or accusing someone of having that. It's just not really appropriate to be saying the actual what it is that people are allegedly being accused of having. But yeah, they're talking about Tommy got the House of Virginia and talking about even Alvo got it, just sparking it back up, trying to wake it back up. And the only reason but you can't blame LaShawn or 𝗪𝗧𝗪 for sparking it back up, trying to wake it back up. They're doing it because they know that when something dies off, all they have to do is do what they're doing, get up on a platform and spark it back up, and then everybody else is triggered and they want to keep it going. So he knows exactly what he's doing. They know exactly what they're doing. It's up to us to feed into it is the thing. You know what I'm saying? I think that, family, children, and health reads should be off limits. And even if a person does have the House of Virginia, how do you benefit from that? Like, I just don't understand, what's the big deal if they have it or not? That's not your life. You're not in a relationship with them. You don't have to be intimate with them. That's what they have to live with. Emotionally, spiritually, you know what I'm saying, on all levels, not you. And why does a person get that mad that they fix their mouth to even bring up about somebody's health? Like, how is that a read, or how is that an expose, or whatever? If anything, you're just being a terrible person. You're trying to hurt somebody that's already hurt, and if that is any truth to it. So it's a little bit too much. It really is. So yeah, that's what 𝗪𝗧𝗪's running with. He's got see, that's how 𝗪𝗧𝗪 sometimes keeps himself relevant, because once you say to somebody, oh, I got videos and recordings and all that, people are on board. So they might say, oh, he's lying, but as soon as you hear him say, I got the videos and recordings, it just keeps people invested. Even though we need to use critical thinking skills, people don't use that. They rather live in a lie, because a lie goes on and on and on and on. I think that standpoint of pointing it out is to expose how nasty and careless, reckless they are. Yeah, messy already. All right. You say, yeah, it's messy. All right. Yeah, you know what? That makes sense too. If you look at it, playing the devil's advocate. They have no content, right? They have no content, but at the same time, they know what to say to make content to get attention from viewers. Because let me tell you something, if LaShawn last night had enough people in that live that heard some of what they were saying, you know what I'm saying? If maybe YouTube, gave them the opportunity to get them views, people would have been tuned in. And people would have been chiming in too. Even if it's not true, you'll even get people from the audience trying to say they heard the same thing, just to keep it going. Because no one likes to live in the truth. They like to live in a lie, because the lie ceases and desists everything. The truth remains the same. And it is, listen, the truth ceases and desists everything. A lie goes on and on and on. People don't want to hear the truth. They want to hear the lie, because they want this to keep going on and on and on. Says they have nothing. They're boring. Says, yes, SO, it's way too much. I didn't realize 𝗪𝗧𝗪 was like that. He should only worry about who he sleeps with. Exactly. It doesn't make any sense how he took it there. But I also feel like when I got on the live, I don't know, maybe LaShawn thought because he hadn't been on live in a while, people would want to gravitate to the live and, ooh, hey, what's up, LaShawn? This and that and other, and want to tune into what he had to say. But I think that when he first got on the live, you could tell that there wasn't much interaction going on, and it was kind of sort of like making LaShawn a little frustrated. He was even having to tell people, like I'm about to say, hit the like button, hit the like button. Make sure y'all hit the like button over here too. Because nobody was paying attention. So I think that Messy Doll was pretty much trying to help him out, LaShawn out. Because he put in the title that Tommy was bullying Shamar. But we all know that LaShawn don't care about no Shamar. It's not easy being a gossip blogger after all. It says, Thintress, hope your day is going well. Hi, Queen Grandma. How you doing? Yeah, but you know, it is just diabolical, the stuff that floats around here. Oh, excuse me. And the first thing I was also thinking of, I was like, listen to LaShawn, still bringing up that fight that happened over a week ago that it should be just not even talked about anymore. It's done with. He probably hasn't even talked to Shamar because Shamar was hanging out with Fendi. You know how when Shamar is hanging out with certain people, he could be cool with you one minute and flip-flopping over here the next. And he's acting like he's advocating for Shamar. Shamar ain't even thinking about him. LaShawn knew what he was doing. They have to go dark and low down to get views. Yep, exactly. Messy Doll slept behind Tommy. The guy can. Yeah, the guy can. Yep. If LaShawn cared about Shamar, he'd help Shamar with an apartment situation. That's what I keep saying. He would help him with the apartment situation, but also just as important as the apartment situation, if you know that Shamar has the ability to bring in a crowd, whether it's negative or positive, what he's bringing to that platform, the channel, he has the ability to bring in a crowd. Why isn't anyone trying to help him get monetized? Because at least he has the upper hand financially. If a situation was to happen where Shamar didn't put his name on one list for the type of housing that he needs, which is a waiting list, and the rent office was to kick him out because they don't want to, say, for an example, renew his lease, he still has money, another residual that he can turn to help support himself while he waits for housing. They don't want to help him with this stuff. Fear of seeing Shamar with more than them. It's a threat to them. So there's a lot more than, things that they can do for Shamar, not only just with an apartment, but why hasn't his so-called friends that known him longer than us content creators that do content on Shamar, why aren't they trying to help him better himself and level up? Make sure y'all hit the like button, I'm multitasking, guys, because every time I get on live, it seems, not every time actually, update, requested change. Oh, come on, one item updated. I'll do that one. I wish they had the one that I liked. I don't know how we couldn't find the one that I eat, but anyways, I'm sorry. I got sidetracked. I had to update something in my Instacart or whatever. But, there's a lot of things that they could be helping him with, but they're not, because they're not interested in trying to help Shamar level up at all. And that's just the bottom line. Hey, Anetta. Antoinette. It is true that Shamar couldn't pay his rent because he didn't know who to make the payment to. I ain't heard about that. That's Thintress. Where'd you hear that at? They are all full of envy, all of them. That's why they don't that's why they don't help Shamar. Has an ego too big to walk straight. He got an ego too big to walk. Oh, I gotta do one more thing. Yeah, I do agree that they are all jealous of each other. And it's really sad. You know what I'm saying? But and like you said, like you did say, that is true. That's why they don't help Shamar out, because none of them want to see each other grow, to be honest with you. None of them want to see each other grow. It's a threat to them to see that happen. And it's really sad. If you honestly ask me, it's really sad and stuff. But it is what it is. It says, hey, if you're reading this, hit the like. Thank you so much, player, for supporting the channel. And says they all low key want to see Shamar go back to. Yep, you already know it. You already know it. They want to see him low key sleeping outside in the park somewhere. You are so right, sis. Yes, he was having a problem paying it. I saw the video and was confused as to why he couldn't pay it. Well, that's dangerous and also confusing to me, because he has to pay it every month. So what made it different this month? I don't know. It's hard to help Shamar. He doesn't listen and he thinks he knows it all. Right, exactly. I don't know. I just really wish that he honestly starts to pay attention to what people are saying, and starts to not only pay attention to what people are saying, but also pay attention to people that do not have his best interests at heart at all. And, I don't think that he has a clue that half these people that are in his circle could care less about him. You know what I'm saying? I don't know who's calling the police to his house like that. This is something else that he said that is really like baffling me. Why are people calling the police to this dude's house? I really think that people think that if they call the police to his house, that he's going to end up getting arrested. And, I know the cops are tired of Shamar, but the likelihood of him getting arrested is not going to happen. If somebody's calling the police to his house, he doesn't even have an idea on who it is. But it's so sad people are taking that much time out of their day to try to destroy Shamar. Shamar doesn't need, just like anybody else, including myself, Shamar doesn't need any help to sabotage himself. He really doesn't. And I think that goes for anybody. You know what I'm saying? We don't need help to sabotage ourselves. And that's what people just don't get. And it's so sad that, he's got, like, somebody had said to me, and I had respectfully, it made a lot of sense. They were like, I was like talking about his rap, but I wasn't saying nothing bad. I just couldn't understand it. And like somebody said was, his rap's good. It's not probably like, they said the name of the kind of rap he does. It's not the kind of rap you may listen to, but you know what I'm saying? It's, that's his thing. That's the kind of rap that he resonates with, and he has an audience for it. You know what I'm saying? And it's just so sad that somebody who no one thought would ever in a million years, walk through some doors and be in rooms with certain people, A-list celebrities and stuff like that. Nobody thought that Shamar would be that person. And low-key, people are mad. SL this morning, he was on live with LaShawn. You talking about Messy Doll? Because I have a video going out today. I got 2 videos going out. Actually, one's going out at 3, and then one will probably go out around, I don't know, maybe 5. Yeah. I put my videos out later in the day. He didn't know who to make it out to and got mad at the person as if it was their fault. Wow. They like for Shamar to depend on them. Yep, player. Yep. Shamar really needs a family member to take over. Yeah, but I think that if he did have real family to help him, they would already be helping him. You know, I'm starting to really think that some of the allegations about he doesn't get along with his sister, or he lied on his sister at one point in time and had a fallout. I don't know. I don't think he's all that close to his family like we would like him to be, because I think that if he was, he wouldn't be in this situation right now. So I don't know. Says the reason why he's confused because the lease is in K's name. In his mind, since the lease is up, he wasn't sure to keep paying through K or to the office directly. K really don't care for rent. Wait a minute, hold up. It says to keep paying through K, or when you say paying through K, was paying K the rent, or paying it through K's name, but to the rent office, Ivan? I'm confused with that. Says, I think the neighbors are also calling the police on him. They could be too, Diva Miller. Yeah, I thought of that too. I said it could be the neighbors doing it. Hey, SL, did you see on LaShawn and Shamar's live? LaShawn was laughing at Shamar because he didn't know how to go and pay his rent. Let me ask you a question. Was that on Instagram? Because I probably was sleeping, because I've been trying to work on getting these 8 hours of sleep so I can rejuvenate. So was that on Instagram? Because I did see a live that LaShawn did with Messy Doll, and that's what I was referring to, and that's what I was going to put out today. A live that they did last night. But as far as me seeing that live that you're referring to with him laughing at Shamar, no, I didn't see that one. Yeah. Shaking my head, enemy sometime all the closest people. Yep, exactly. That's what my mother used to always say to me. That's why they say keep your friends close and your enemies closer. Shamar can't read or count, so he is away, will run into problems for himself. Yep. Yes, SL, those people are terrible, but you know that they will pay for it. They are so busy looking at Shamar that they will miss what they should see for themselves. You're right, Think Tress. Hey, Kay, how you doing? LaShawn looks to always embarrass Shamar. He could have said to Shamar, I will call you back. Right. Yes, he was having to pay Kay, which is in her business name, since the lease is up. I'm sure Kay told Shamar he needs to figure it out now. Yeah. But that's why I was talking yesterday. You was on the live too, Ivan, and that was one of my concerns. I was just saying that hold on one second. I was just saying that he needs to be looking for a place and be on the list. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I was saying. I don't know why he's sitting up there refunding up. No. Hold on one second, guys. I'm sitting here doing something real quick. This dude's trying to refund everything. Come on, bro. Yeah, he's trying to refund. But hold on one second. I'm trying to tell him. Yeah, that's why I be trying to be. Always looking when I'm doing my Instacart, because some of these people, when they can't find something, they just automatically just be refunding stuff. They'll go on a refund spree. on this Instacart. Says, I think it was on YouTube SL. I'm not sure. I'll check it out. Yes, it was on down. Oh, okay. I'm going to check it out then when I get off and see what I can take from it and do some commentary and give you my thoughts on it. If not today, maybe tomorrow. If I don't do it by tomorrow morning, then I won't put it up because I don't like to put up content and it kind of gets old. You know what I'm saying? Like if you don't put it up, like if it was out from yesterday and I'm putting it up tomorrow morning and I should be putting it out today, I sometimes be like, nah, I'm good. But yeah, we all know LaShawn's not his friend. We've seen him in situations where he wasn't being a good friend to Shamar at all. Like that time when Shamar was running around chasing that homeless lady. And what was LaShawn doing? Not telling them not to chase the homeless lady. He was just sitting up there recording it. Make sure y'all hit the like button. It's not adding up. Hit the like button for the ones that forgot to hit it. Please hit the like button. LaShawn don't care about Shamar, not at all. Shamar needs a caretaker plan. Simple, no disrespect. Yeah, I believe so too. He needs a caregiver. I thought Kay said she put the apartment in Shamar's name because he didn't have credit, but used the business as his income. You know what? What you said, Kay, could be right, but they lie so much that we can't keep up with everything. Miss Davis, that list is too long for him to get on it. Now it's literally takes 4 to 5 years for him to get set up. Right. That's what I was saying. That's what I was trying to say. If he can buy time any which way he can through the courts, and that's why I was even talking about like the stuff he's doing right now, like with Fenty is only benefiting Fenty because now people are not going to book him for this wild and crazy new content or music that he's out here doing with Fenty that only caters to Fenty's audience. He's more of a person that you book for children's events, which even then, I don't know why they're booking him for those kind of events either. He needs to be in position where if he has to be on a list and of course, he's going to go back to begging. Begging's not going to always cut it. He needs to be monetized on YouTube so he has an income stream there. He also needs to be on these bookings. He needs to stop letting people sabotage him. Because he doesn't, you got to have a plan, not just a plan A, but a plan B, C, D. You know what I'm saying? He has to understand that. Shamar might need it. I already read that. What am I doing? Thintress, because he would help him get a place and keep him out of drama, right? No, the apartment is not in his name. You can't use income of another person and income from another. They don't do that here. They don't do that anywhere, not just in Georgia. I wish he listened to somebody, but he just don't. Right, like right now, he's literally like on lives and having full-fledged conversations, not knowing he got less than a month before he's got to move out of there. I don't get it. I don't get it. Don't make no sense. I don't know. I like I said, I've tried to help him out too, especially getting monetized, but you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. That's all I can tell you. You cannot make him drink. Make sure y'all hit that like button on the way in here, and welcome to everyone that is in here that took the time out to spend with me early this morning. On Tuesday, he's saying that he wants to be an actor now. He has no idea how to do basic things. Right. She said she was his business manager and he work for her, but they all say so much we don't know what's true. Exactly. That's the only solution to Shamar's problem. It says no, an apartment can be in one name and income from another. They don't do that in Georgia. Everything has to match, right? That's in any state though, Ivan. Especially the type of housing that Shamar needs. Everything has to match. I don't believe the thing that Al will be saying. Nah, that dude just be making up stuff just for content. That is correct. But regardless, and for legal documentation, the primary holders, K, who is receiving the money, is responsible for the lease. You can't help no one that thinks they know it all. That's true. Exactly. SL Shamar doesn't listen. Says YK can help him get an apartment as his so-called business partner. Well, now I don't think she's going to do anything for him now because she's mad at him. So, that's not going to happen. Yeah, if that's not going to happen. I'm trying to do something on this. This shopper that I have sucks. I'll tell you that much. So did y'all see where he said that he was living in the motel or something like that? Who? Oh yeah. Alvo. That's what he's saying. I don't know how true it is. I don't know how true it is, but that's what he is saying. But I don't know. I don't know why he's even in Atlanta, Georgia, but that's what he's also saying too, that he's in Atlanta, Georgia, because they don't work together anymore. Kate is done with Shamar. Yeah, Shamar burnt a lot of bridges. We all know this. We all know, what's going on with Shamar, and some of the people that, are dealing with Shamar are messed up towards him. Okay. But then we have people who, it's not a thing of it being messed up to Shamar. Shamar, you know what I'm saying, has burnt a lot of bridges with people. You have to look at that like that. Stuff like that happens. When you burn bridges with people, stuff like that happens. People don't like to be, messed over. You know what I'm saying? So you just never know when you'll need somebody. Right now, Shamar needs a whole lot of people. And a lot of people are not available to him right now. And a lot of people know, because everyone's in his business, that he has to move the beginning of September, the first week. Queen Grandma, if she cannot use him, she will not help him, in my opinion. Right, because even though she did help him, how she even admitted too that, like if he owed her something or he would call her out her name, would talk about her children, she would take from him. So she had some not so nice ways of treating Shamar too that wasn't professional. I heard on Alvo's live, he said he lost his apartment and that he got scammed by the Same person K got scammed by, but he probably said that to see who's gonna run with it. Exactly. That's what I think so too. That's crazy. Okay, so if his lease is up next month, he could have other people that working behind the scene. Well, yeah, that's what he's saying that's going on. But like, come on now. At the end of the day, Tamika, that's still Shamar's concern. When it comes to my housing, I don't care who's working on the back end. I gotta also be working on the back end to make sure that I have housing. People can tell you all day long they're looking for a place for you, and they're not. Alvo is saying that so they will stop searching for him. Exactly. Shamar did a lot of this to himself. Right. Alvo is not an ATL. That's why. Right. He has that bet. Thank you, Kay. That's what I was saying. He's not an ATL. That's why he got that backdrop up. Because the minute he takes that backdrop down, they're gonna question, why are you lying about something as simple as that you're in Atlanta, Georgia. Livo runs his mouth, but Mar is a little more reserved. It says you don't lose an apartment that fast without an eviction notice. He was squatting and got caught and was told to leave. Wait a minute, Ivan. You talking about Alvo? Make sure you hit that like button, y'all. Hit the like button. Wait a minute. Because he might not be in that apartment. And I don't think he's in Atlanta, Georgia. I'll tell you that much. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he's in Atlanta, Georgia. Yeah, I don't think he's in Atlanta, Georgia. Not at all. I think that he's just saying that, just like somebody said in the comment section, he's probably saying that so people will stop trying to look for him. Says Tamika Walker, how do I know you, sis? Alvo staged that apartment to make people believe he had an apartment in the first place. Yes, Scummy never. I like that word when he says Scummy. Yes, Scummy never had his own apartment. He was bumming. An eviction process takes time, especially in Houston. Wow. We learn something new every day. That is crazy. That is diabolical. Unbelievable. Make sure y'all hit that like button. There's about 100 people in here. Let's try to get them likes up. Get them up like you get them up for Alvo, who just sits there and lies and plays in your face. And the people who really would help him, he labels his enemy. That's what I always say, two-player. He looks at them as their enemies, and there be really some people trying to help him. Because there are times when Shamar looks at me as his enemy. And yeah, I'm gonna, like I said, I'm always gonna do my content. I was doing my content before I've even had a conversation with Shamar. But if Shamar needed help, especially like with housing, something where, it's helping him. I'm not a bitter person. I don't care if he said something I didn't like from a month ago or a day ago. I'm gonna try to help you. I don't want to see that boy in the street or struggling. Says, yeah, Livo isn't in Atlanta. The backdrop came up after he talked to Kevin. Do be lying. Good morning. Hey, Latina. How are you, sweetie? Good morning. And I just want to say, while my mods are in here, I appreciate you guys holding me. I'm supposed to be doing it for 3 hours from 7 to 10. I don't mind if you come into the live and you can't stay. I'll only probably really need you when people, like when the algorithm starts to recommend that content, and people who are looking for that content will come in and subscribe to the channel and interact, because you're going to get trolls, because the chat will go up so fast when there's a lot of people coming into the lives. But I haven't been consistently doing it, but I'm gonna need you guys once it does pick up. But I really want to just thank you guys for coming into the live and keeping me company, while I try to make this happen. It's really a waiting and a sitting game. That's why I put the little music in the background, and we can have a conversation still. For the ones that still gonna ride with me on my lives at night, I really appreciate that. That's like support at its highest captivity. He's trying to get money out of his supporters by saying he's homeless again. That's sad. Hey, NBA lady. Hey, sweetie. Hey, what is it? Arana Walker. Hello, Dana. Yeah, so, I don't know. It is insane in the membrane. Hold on one second, guys. No refund replacements, don't have the salad available. Shopper refunded. This dude is a friggin' idiot here. I'm telling you, this is ridiculous. I'm sitting here looking at these items here. I don't know. I don't know what this guy's doing. Yeah, anyways, so I got a sucky shopper this time. Hey, NBA. It says nobody is in inner circles would vouch for me to work with Shamar, and they know I have a equipment and background to make it happen, but no silent to help Shamar. Right. And I remember before you were saying that you could help him too, Ivan. I remember that. I'm in Tommy's Discord. Sometime I troll Kent and IG. Says, of course not, Ivan, because you could really make great things happen. Exactly. And they don't, like you said, they don't want to see it happen though. That's just what it is. You said it. Because they don't want to see Shamar, like, doing, good things. So that's just how it is. But Shamar, like at the same time, like, I saw somebody say in my comment section, you can't always be blaming others because Shamar is hard-headed. You know what I'm saying? Shamar needs to be surrounding himself around solid people. Did you see on Down on the Valley's page that Shamar was outside in the rain waiting on his bus to run at 2 a.m. Shaking my head. He was just with celebrities 2 days ago. And that's what I don't get about that. Like, what are they paying him to be, going on these events, bookings, or whatever you want to call it, What are they paying him? Why is he still on public transportation? You were just with Fenty for like a week, doing skits and releasing, dropping songs and videos. And I mean, what are they paying him? Shamar don't understand who's there for him. He seems to think he can treat and talk to them anyway. And they did. Alvo is a mess. Oh yeah, no question, Kenya. You already know. I told you, y'all, that's how it was going to be. If they were sincere about Shamar, he would be out in the rain. Exactly. He got in Uber. He didn't get. I was about to say he didn't get on no bus though. Looked like a black truck he was in. Actually, to be honest with you. And Shamar's probably wearing the same shirt he wore when he was with Fendi. Yeah, that's crazy. But it is what it is. Them so-called celebrities only use him. Yeah. That's why I'm saying I'm wondering what did they pay him to do all this running around with Fenty. You know what I'm saying? Blowing her up. We know she got paid well. And I saw on live he got the cough again. I don't know. He'll get it together eventually, I guess. Hopefully. He'll hopefully get it together. It says they are not paying that boy. He is slow. He rather be seen with celebrities to make himself feel like a celebrity, but not getting paid. They dying for this. I hope he's getting paid something. I hope he's not just, like I said, just letting these people use him as a mule and not paying him. For some reason, Shamar likes going downtown to hang out all hours of the night. Well, yeah, because he likes to go to Flex, which is a bathhouse, allegedly. Hey, fried chicken and fries. I'm here at Miss SL and Mod's chat working. Okay. Welcome. Since Shamar doesn't have representative by industry standards, they pay him peanuts while they get the big bag. Yeah, exactly. Like 50's getting. He needs a bigger manager. I'll get that rainforest. I don't know. It's crazy. Shamar don't listen. Yep. He goes to Tokyo. Yep. Ken, I told Livo that the house in Virginia will be anytime low when he gets in. Yeah, he blocked me. That boy blocks everybody. He blocks all his blessings. You can't help someone who doesn't want to be helped, right? You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. Remember that? Shamar treats clout like it's money. Right. Definitely needs a real agent. He's not surrounded by people who has his best interest at hand or heart. They say he's not making any real money. He's letting give him anything. Right. That's crazy. I'm here, Miss Davis and Mods. Okay, fried chicken. SL, you really tried helping Shamar and he won't listen. Yeah, he's not gonna listen. So I'm not even forcing it. You know, hey Ryan, what's good with you? Good morning. Oh, that. Listen, I'm about to get off. Make sure y'all hit the like button on the way out. I will definitely be live tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I will be live tonight from 7 to 10. I got to stay live. I know it's kind of like quiet. You're just going to hear background music. And hopefully today the new subscribers will just come through the chat and say, I'm here. I'm subscribed. I hit the like button, but yeah, it's gonna take some time for that to pop off. But I'll definitely be working my set on that tonight between 7 and 10. So I love y'all. Just for reference, back in the day when there were interests in a person, a big bag would be dropped up front. Right, exactly, Ivan. You're right. I love y'all. Stay blessed and I'm out. Bye for now.